Good morning, everyone. It's Rachel here. I hope you're all well. Right, so we're going to do our Roxy's weekly challenge, and I'm going to use these because I had these left over from the other week. And let me just see if I've got any more. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. I may only get 4 done, so we'll see. So you're going to need some, or you can use vellum, or you can use these, you know, the plastic sleeves that you use for documents. Or I've got bits and pieces of cellophane bags that I've got left over from when I've purchased things. Or you can use vellum. You could use vellum as well, but I think these are a bit stronger. So what we're going to do is, so this is the decorated side. So I'm just trying to think, do I want to, so there's 2 options. What we're going to do is we're going to put pockets on one side, and the other side can be just decorated, or it can be for writing. So I'm just thinking, well, anyway, we'll get on with it and then I'll decide. Okay, so what you need to do, oh, I haven't put my timer on. Just a minute, let me put my timer on. Now, I will do a disclaimer before we start the video. I'm going to need to use my sewing machine. Now, my sewing machine is right here. I put the timer on, right here next to me. And so I'll just swing around and use it because there's no point in me bringing it over here onto the table because my camera is above it and you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing anyway. And yep, so I'll swing around. So when I do the stitching, you won't be able to see me. And if you don't like hearing the sewing machine, I'll warn you and you turn your volume down. That's what I recommend just while I quickly do that. So what we need is we need to cut strips here to create pockets. And I'm just going to put 2 pockets. So that one's double. Let's see this. This got a sticky bit on it. I don't think I can use that one. Let me see. No, that one's not going to be right. So yeah, they're just scraps. So I may not have enough cellophane. I might have to use the plastic sleeve. We'll just see how we go. Actually, I did make a sample, but I'm not going to show you the sample now. And I made a boo-boo on my sample as well. I'll show you that afterwards. I just did single cellophane. I think I'll do single cellophane. This is already, so what I did was, this is about the right length already. And I'm not going to cut this out yet. So that's okay. So all I need to do is just trim off a little bit. Where is it stuck down? So you could use it double if you wanted. That'll make it even stronger. But I'm going to use it single. So I need to trim a little bit, and my trimmer will cut it. It's really great. I don't know if it'll cut the plastic sleeve, but we can try. Maybe I'll try and put a piece of paper over the plastic sleeve and see if it will cut it. We'll try it because I might run out of the cellophane. And you could, as I said, you could also use a nice strong vellum. I'm just trimming a little teeny tiny bit off there, so that way I can separate my 2 bits. You see, and they're both the same size. Right. I'm just going to glue those in place right now. Where's my glue book gone? Oh, right here in front of my face. I've lost my scissors. I always lose something, don't I? I've got 2 pairs of the same type of scissors, and do you think I know where either of them are? They must be flying around the house somewhere. Whooping it up somewhere else they are. Right, so we want to glue around. I'm only using this glue. This glue will not hold it long term. It'll hold it for a minute. It's a Tombow glue, but it does a nice fine line, which is what I like, because my other one, it's so thick, I lose a whole lot of real estate in my pocket. It's the only way I can explain it. So you do all your gluing first. We need to do all the gluing first, so that way it can dry a little bit before. I'm just lining it. Oh, I've done a very bad job here. So I automatically lose a bit in my pocket. Doesn't matter. It's not like we're going to be putting big things in. And the idea, oh, I didn't bring in, oh no, I didn't bring in what inspired me. I didn't bring it. It's in the kitchen. I may have to get up and run and get it. I wanted to show you what gave me, you'll probably fall on the floor laughing what gave me the idea for this. Yeah, because I went to the antique market yesterday and was pretty fun. It was just so nice to, I mean, my antique market's not very big here, but it's still such a nice thing to just walk around. I love getting up. I got up early yesterday. I tried to catch up a bit on my reading comments and answering and saying thank you and all that sort of thing to acknowledge that I've read. So it just ooze a little bit out there if you don't want all of that glue. Now, the boo-boo I made on my prototype is I glued the back on, and I really need to stitch here. Now this is going to gunk up my sewing machine, so because I've got a lot of glue there, got more glue than what I wanted. But anyway, we'll put it aside. Let's hope it will dry, and we'll do another one. So let's try this. See, yeah, we're going to try this. I'm going to keep it double for a minute, and all I did to take my measurements is, just because it's plastic, it doesn't mean, now I'm going to trim that little bit off there, where the fold is. So yeah, I don't want it to come right exactly to the edge, but because I'm going to trim that off, I'm okay to put my marker there. You can just see the pen, and then I put a marker about here, and I'll have to, I may trim a little bit off top and bottom. I'm going to try and use this thing. And let me just see, I don't think, oh, that's straight. I didn't think I thought I might have cut it, but that's my crooked side. And it is cutting it, I think. It is. It did cut it. You saw that. So then I got to get this. Oh no, that's crooked. So I need to trim a little bit off there. That's not going to be good. That's my crooked side. Okay. But it does, see, there you go, guys. I think I've cut it. Oh no, I can just see my marking. I thought I'd cut my marking off, which would not have been the smartest move. There we go. Good way to recycle these things. You know, sometimes we just have so many of these, and then you don't use them all. Or maybe you decide not to use them anymore rather than throw them out. Use them for pockets. This is very strong stuff. This is good stuff. And look, it looks milky, but it's quite transparent. So I'm not covering up the nice postcard. So this is obviously a printed postcard, but you know what? You could do this on an actual postcard if you wanted to. If you wanted to repurpose the postcard, and besides looking at the prettiness of it, and if it didn't have really lovely writing on the back, because you wouldn't want to cover up the really lovely writing on the back. Trying to not put too much glue on, which is a hard thing for me. I'm probably thinking, what is she doing? But there's going to be another step. So I'm going to glue that down there. Hopefully it's straight. It doesn't really matter if it's not exactly straight. I'll tell you why. Well, number one, we don't care. We're not here for perfection. And number two, it's transparent. So really, you barely notice it. Well, I barely notice it. I'm just going to put it right on the edge so I can smush it out. And hopefully it'll dry faster. So yeah, I would do, this is the step that I would do first, is the gluing. I'm only putting 2 pockets. You could make your pockets not quite so deep, which probably would be a good idea, not to have them so deep, because it'd be easy to get things in and out. And then, and have 3 if you wanted to, is what I wanted to say. Now, also, the other thing you need to do, I didn't do it as well on that one. I've still got a space there, but that's going to be annoying in that one. Leave quite a bit of space. I've got it about, oh, it's nearly an inch space there from the top to the bottom, because you'll see why in a minute. Well, not in a minute, but soon. Okay, put that there. Now let's get these. It's a good way. I'm just going to use these up because I might do them not quite so deep, just so it's easier to put get things in and out. So I'm going to put a marker there, and the biro seems to do quite a good job. And then I can do this one as well. Actually, I can get 2 out of that one. So in these ones I'm not actually using this cellophane. The what do you call it? I need to trim off where I've got, I'm going to trim that off anyway. Oh my gosh, words not coming to me. The plastic sleeve is much stronger than cellophane. Well, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's much stronger. Do a quick chomp. Now, if you found that your cutter doesn't want to go through it, you could attempt to put a piece of paper over it and cut it with that over the top. I'll show you what I mean. We'll do the other. Oh, no, under it, I should say, because I need to see my markings. So I've got my 2 there. I think these postcards are more or less the same size. Got a bit of plastic. Okay, well, the one's drying. So I don't have too much glue. I've got a bit of glue there, but it should be okay to go through my sewing machine. I touch wood. Today could be the first time, but touch wood, I've never gunked it up. Touch wood. Now, I'm going to cut this one lengthwise. Just try and make sure it's fairly straight, not 100%. So we are making, let's say we are making, because I haven't even told you, well, I have to make up the name because it's something I've never done before. I'm sure someone else might have done it, but I haven't seen it. I've got to go and get what inspired me to show you, so you understand where I got the idea from. But total madness. But it's going to be like a journal card ephemera holder. How cool is that? Like, what a cool thing to put in a I'm going to need that again. What a cool thing to put in a travel journal is something like this, because then you could put all some little bits and pieces in there, or you could gather little bits and pieces in there. You could just put one pocket. I mean, there's so many variations. Of course, there's variations to the project. I mean, it wouldn't be a good project without variations. Like, you could have something that's vertical and have one pocket. Put all your receipts in there, you know what I mean? Like, you can make it any size. You don't have to use a postcard. I'm just using these, as I said, because I had them. You could use, just say, you've done a collage board. Why not put your pockets on there? You could use that. So you can use anything. You can use a project life card if you want to get rid of those. Use a project life card. Many, many possibilities. You don't have to do exactly, well, if you're doing the challenge, it's nice to do similar, but I mean, there's so many possibilities with the base. You could even have it that it's not a journal card. You could have decorated on both sides, would be nice. I'm making sure I leave a nice gap at the top. And as I said, you will know why soon. And I'm only eyeballing how straight it is. Just eyeballing it. Now this one has, I think I might stick that there. So you can do a little bit of decoration if you want to, even before you put your pockets on. There's another variation. Do some decoration. I'm just sticking one piece on there because I didn't like the pencil mark. Put my glue on. I don't know if I'm even on screen or not. I've totally lost the plot today. It's Monday. The start of the week is full of possibilities. And then I get to the end of the week and I'm like, oh, I didn't do anything. Didn't get anything done. And then I get frustrated. Okay. So glue that down. So I'm tempting to do 4. I don't think I'll do more than 4. Although I do have a piece over there that I could maybe do. Just a minute. I'll see what else is in the basket. If there's something else in the basket, I'll attempt to do that one as well. You can kind of, if you're using this kind of postcard, it's a great idea too if you've got nice postcards that you've scanned that have lovely writing on the reverse side. I think it's a great thing as well. Okay. And I'm not showing you my prototype yet because I'm very excited about the next step after we've done the stitching. So let me just see in my basket over here if I've got anything else that might like to become one of these. So there's something that, oh, here's another postcard. Why don't we do that one? We'll do that one. We'll do 5 if we can. How about 5? So let's just cut some more. I think I like the plastic sleeve more. That's very crooked, isn't it? Well, no, maybe I'll use this. Let's just use this. Okay, so you'll see you can. I'm going to trim that bit off there. So, and I don't want it quite as deep, I decided. So maybe a bit, slightly, very slightly over an inch is the depth that I'm wanting to do. So my first job is I'll just trim that bit off. I probably won't use that, so I'll get rid of that. Oh, that could be good as a window and something. We haven't done any window things. I'm just going to trim it a bit. I forgot that I need to trim the top off because it's joined. I'm doing them single. Although I do think that the plastic sleeve will be much stronger. But anyway, it is what it is. Okay. I just gather those bits up and I just keep them in one of my plastic envelopes, my A4 plastic envelopes. And there we've got our 2 pieces, so we can put our glue on there. Good recycling job here. So as I said, be a lovely way to alter your actual postcards. Get rid of that little bit. Put that one on. Oh, where's my other one? Here. Oh, here. So they've already pretty well stuck down, so that's good. So doing a few in a row gives the glue, as I said, a chance to dry. Now I would pause the video and go and do the stitching, but because I'm on the time thing, I'm not pausing it. So I'm going to go and do the stitching. I'll stitch this one last because it's just being glued, but I will ooze out my glue a little bit so it's not quite as thick. And if it gunks up my needle, well, I probably need to change my needle anyway. There we go. Okay, so that one will be last. I'm going to pop over now and stitch these. I guess I could pause the video but keep the timer going. So here we are. I'll put this over here. It's 28:53. I'm just going to pause the video, but you'll see this is still going. So take note, 28, 47, 46. I'm going to pause it now. It's 44, and then I'll come back and you'll see it's still kept on. So I'm back. You can see that took about 4 minutes. It's got a hair on there, or is it a piece of plastic? 24. It took about 4 minutes. So there we are. We're still going. Got 20. Right, look, actually, you can do heaps of these. Anyway, we haven't finished yet. So with the stitching, I did a straight stitch. You could do a zigzag stitch, but I chose to do a straight stitch. And I keep the stitches, got to keep your stitches quite long. You don't want them to be too small, otherwise you're just perforating your paper and you can just rip it apart. So I did them on about 3. And I stitched down here like that. So make sure you go from the top of your postcard or whatever you're using down around to the bottom and then up. And then I just stitched across there. And then I just held it up to the light so I could make sure that I had actually stitched on the plastic, and it didn't gunk up my needle. No, my needle is fine. So that was an okay amount of glue for my machine. I don't know about other people's machines, so I've done them all. There's 5, and I did the same process. You could, as I said, you could use zigzag. So our next job, now the boo-boo, well, I don't want to show you that yet, but the next job is to do the reverse side. So the reverse side we can do in many ways. We can have something decorated, as I said, or we can have something that can be written on. So I think I might even take this piece of paper. Where's my ruler? There we go, got that. Just tear that bit off. And I'm going to stick this on and then trim it. That's going to go there. But I might need, definitely need, I do need something else to go with it to cover up the rest. So I'm going to have it a bit writing and a bit not writing. Yeah, I can cut better with my bigger scissors than my little scissors, which is just silly, isn't it? So we can do our gluing. I'm just going to overhang it and then trim it off. So you are going to have the little ridge where the stitching is. But really, because I don't trust the glue, I really felt like I had to have that stitching across there. I couldn't just leave it. And I'm just going to find in my pile of papers here some other papers. I think I'd like this one for the background. Oops. So is that going to cover it? Yes. So if I just, well, I can just cut it really. And then you can put a tab on them too, but this is not quite finished. There's going to be another step. There's another step. Okay, and we'll glue this on. So I keep getting asked quite often, there's quite a lot of new people, what do I do with my glue pages? Sometimes I'll just, this one's got a bit of chunky glue on it, so I won't keep this one. But quite often I just leave them open and I put them to the side if they don't have an exaggerated amount of glue, because the glue, when it dries, it becomes like hard lumps. But if they don't have too much of that going on, I just put them to the side open and I use them to do collage masterboard sort of things. Otherwise, sometimes I just fold them and put them in my basket over here, and they're going to be used as a base for something. So now I need to trim all of this off. I wish I had my other scissors. I really do. Oh, I found one. These are my favorite scissors. You know, I can cut slightly straighter with these scissors than the little scissors. The little scissors seem to wobble everywhere. So we're not finished yet. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so that's what I do with the glue pages. They quite often, the majority of them get recycled. A couple, if I've really glued a lot on them and fold them over and over and over, then I just throw those ones in the bin. But the majority of them, I need to clean my scissors. I need to clean everything, really. Everything needs a good old clean. So that's that. So that's the reverse side of that one. So let's do the other ones and then we'll finish them off, because there's another thing to do. So that's that. So I'm just going to trim a little bit off here so I can judge better where to put things. So yeah, they can have the collage going on, but they could also just have a nice paper on the back as well. Something, what have I got in the front? Oh, it's just plain. So this one, let's see what I've got here. Oh, I've got that. I don't know if that's going to be, well, that will be big enough. I might just put that one on that one. See, this could be nice. If you wanted to do like a vertical one, you could have your clear pockets on this one. Could be nice as well. Although that one, if I put that on there, no, it's not quite big enough. If I were to put that one on there, it wouldn't quite work. I could put this on here. This one, like it's a postcard. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. I don't even need to go on my thing because I've got a border around it. The glue won't like the stitching very much. It'll sort of, the stitching will rip the glue off in big chunks like that. Yeah, so the glue pages get recycled for the most part, probably 75%, and then the other 25% is thrown in the bin, but simply because it's been super, like I've glued many times, like I've folded it over till it's smaller and smaller and smaller and then glued on it. So it just depends. Now, this I'm just going to put it up here, kind of eyeball if it's straight. I'll get a bit of the border. So this is going to be more of a decorative one, although you could do writing on there. And I have bought postcards that have lovely writing in the clearer bits on the front of the postcards, and they're some of my favorite postcards. I actually search for postcards with writing on the image side. So carefully trim. You don't want to trim your stitching. They've even written on this one 1902. And I'm just going to snip my corners a little bit on this one, because I can, because my stitching's far away enough that I can do that. Right. So So that's the reverse side. And we could actually take it one step further, and we could, I want a French one. Aren't these, no, Belgium? Well, Belgium, we could put Belgium on there. Put some sort of stamp on there, I think. Belgique. Right, what do we, oh, I like the blue. What's this one? United States. Well, that's not going to work. I like that colour, but I don't want to put United States on a chateau. Poster. No. Why can't you find a French stamp when you need one? Because these Marguerite gave me these, I think, when I bought her little collage book. So no, that's not a good spot to be looking. I'll have to go into here, but I don't have a, I tidied them all up before I did the video, because as I told you, I dropped them. They're a bit of a mess, but not as bad as they were. I don't have a French one in here. I don't have any French. But I'll just put one of these. There's a castle on there. Don't know where that is. We'll just stick one of these on. I don't think South Africa will do. Netherlands. I think that's all I've got. Oh, here we go. French. Oh, I do have some French ones in here. I didn't think I did. There we go. That'll do. I'm going to put that one on there. I'm going to put a stamp on there, just like it's a real postcard, even though it's not. Put it there or there. I think I'll put it there. After all of that, I found one. I better not muck around too much. I'm going to run out of time. 15 minutes left. Okay, so that's that. Where's my other one? Did I do another one? There. Okay. I like that idea. So we've got this one. So this one is already got the lovely image on the front, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to put something a bit more for, just put those, I should keep those all together. These are all my ephemera bits. I'm not using those for the moment. Just clip them together. This is my only way I can keep my papers under control that I've pulled out that are on my table, because otherwise they're just not in control. They're out of control, totally out of control. I'm going to glue this on here. So this is going to be a writing one, because it's got a lovely image already on the front. And if you print, you could even print your postcards front to back, the front of the postcard and the back of the postcard on cardstock, and then put your pockets on. That's another option. But then it wouldn't be a germ. Oh, well, if you had a postcard like that with lots of area for writing, then that would work. I need to get my scissors. We still have another step to do, and I'm sure you're thinking, goodness else, what else can we possibly do with this? Well, we can do something else, which is just a bit of fun. It's a bit of decorative. And then, if you don't mind, if you allow it, I will, when the timer's gone, I'll just run into the kitchen and grab my bit of inspiration, and you'll see where the idea came from. So that's that one. Just make sure it sticks over the lumpy bit. Okay, I've got two more. I love them. So I could actually do my stitching. You just don't see. You don't need to see. You know how to stitch around in a rectangle. So this one, again, I'm going to put some sort of writing paper. That's a scrap. I'll put the scrap over there. Let's have a look here. I'm just sort of staying. Oh, this is pretty. Steffi's Clever Papers. We'll use that one. I think that one would be pretty on the other one as well. on this one. Look at the colors. I'll use the more blue side and I'll use the more floral side for that one. So again, I don't, because I've got my border around it, I don't need to really go onto my glue book, because hopefully I won't get it on my mat. Anyway, I think I'm going to give everything a clean after this video. I did and ah whether I was going to do this or not, because then I thought, oh, I have to use my sewing machine, and it's kind of awkward getting the machine on camera. But actually, I don't need to get it on camera because I'm not doing any sort of tricky stitching. It's just simple stitching. This one went a bit cray-cray. It went crooked because I didn't take my foot off the pedal, because I had my Ugg boot slipper on. Yep, we still got our Ugg boot slippers on because our house is cool. I've told you that before. It's a very cool house until it becomes very humid outside, and then it becomes hot as well in here. But yeah, I've got my, I had that on. I had to take it off because I couldn't feel the pedal, and so I kept going crazy and doing mad stitching, and it went a bit wild. Love that. Okay, let's see if I can get another one for this one. Is there enough space? Oh yes, there is. Good-o. So let's put some glue on here, just because we need to do the other step. Otherwise, you know, I can take more time collaging and making it a little bit more interesting on the other side, but there'll be plenty of interest on the front side. Right. Rightio. Put that there, flip it over. I like to flip upside down. Oh well. Too bad. Note to self, check that you're not sticking it on upside down. It's not the end of the world. We will survive. Okay, so that's that phase. It's not really too bad. Okay, that's all done. So we can move all of this out of the way. We've got all of our bits prepared. Now, this is the good bit. This is the good bit. Oh, no, look. All of the papers, get out of my way. Thank you. Hopefully I've got enough of these. Now we need our vellum bits. Okay, so this is going to be a good one to use. We need our vellum bits, vellum or tissue paper, tracing paper. You could, if you don't print on your vellum or tracing paper, you can have some tracing paper or vellum and stamp on it, because that would be really nice as well, with just stamped flowers or something like that. You could do that. You could even paint on it, not too wet, like with acrylics. You could just paint on it. Just trying to see, and I'm going to put that over there. Now it does swirl, you know, curve a little bit, but I'm just wondering, no, I want it that way. So again, with the other one, I'm just going to make it very slightly smaller than my actual card. So I'm going to just put a little mark there, and I'll put my mark over here, and I'm going to trim it with my cutter. Put that over there. And, oh no, that's wrong. Got to cut it there. I must have had another marking on there. I did. Don't tell me I've cut too much. Oh well, it will just be smaller if I did. And where's my other marking? There. That one there. So make sure you can see your markings. I might have trimmed too much off. No, I haven't. It's perfect. Okay, good. So this is going to be stitched across there. And I think I'm going to zigzag it. I'll do the zigzag stitch across there. Okay, so we'll put that one aside. You could run a bit of glue. I'm not going to run a bit of glue. You could, if you're not confident that you think it's going to slip and slide, run some glue across it. I'd love to put that one there, but it's not right. But I could put it that way. No, I'm not going to do that. Just tricking. And then I've got this. This is tracing paper. thinner, so it's not vellum. I'm just going to see if I might like that on one, but I don't mind it on that one because it's got the same border. I could use that on there. Oh, wrong side. Hello. Got to do it on the, you got to put it on the pocket side. Yes, so I'm going to use that one there. So let's it doesn't matter whether it's thin tracing paper or thick tracing paper at this point. That does not matter. How much time do I have? 7 minutes. Right. Well, I'll prepare 3 and then I'll stitch them. No, I won't. I'm going to prepare them all. I'm going to be brave and think I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. So that's that one. There. Isn't that pretty? I have to keep that. So that's going on. Was it going on that one? I can't remember. No, this one. No, it was going on this one. Get a grip, Rachel. Okay, next. Let's see what else we've got here. I don't want to take too long making decisions. So I'm thinking this would be quite nice on there. So I think I'll do that one. And I'll take off the border. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? I'm going to put a marker there, and I need a marker. Marker there, marker here. There, and here. Right. So let's trim. I'm very ambitious. Trim this bit off first because I don't want to lose my other markings. And then I need to trim this off. Just watching where my markings are so I don't lose them. And then trim this bit off. And then this. I could have trimmed it a bit, I probably trimmed it a bit smaller, but I don't mind. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit smaller, that's cool. Okay, so that's going to go on there. Now here, I might use, I think I'll use this one, I like that. So I just use my borders here and then put my marking here and here. So I'll trim that one, that was a quick decision. I only need a minute to, I probably only need a minute to do my stitching, so that will be fine. So you can do really fun things with these. Now, I don't know, some printers don't print on tracing paper and vellum. You can washi tape, you could use removable glue, you know, the glue that you can reposition on your, see that's going to go on there. And then maybe this will fit on here. It will kind of. Why don't I just use that one? So that way I've got time to get them done. I trimmed off a bit more than I probably should, but I actually don't mind if they are a bit smaller than the actual piece. That's perfect. So, okay. So the timer is still going. We're on 4 minutes, 14, 12, whatever. I'm going to pause you and go across. Okay, I'm back. You can see it's still going. I've got 2 minutes. So it took about 2 minutes to stitch them. Okay, and they're all attached because I feed them in one after the other. So let's have a look. Just snip them a bit like, that's a quilter's trick. They feed all their bits in one after the other, their pieces, when they're stitching. Now, it is a bit curly. So I was thinking I'll put them under something heavy, and I'm hoping that they won't curl as much. The tracing paper is more curly. So let's have a look. So then I thought that just, hopefully I haven't stitched. Make sure you don't stitch them, you know, the wrong way round. So that folds up, and then you've got little pockets where you can put ephemera, and I thought that was really fun. For example, like that. You can have little stamps in there, receipts. Fold that up, and I think that's really pretty. Actually, we should look at the reverse side, and that's why I like leave a space there, so that way you can slip things in. And see, that's the reverse side, so it's a journal card, and you can put a tab on if you want to. So it's like a journal card, so that can just tuck in a pocket. Tuck it in a pocket. And that's the other one. Just we'll have a look at the back as well. And then there's this one. Can you imagine if I've stitched them upside down? See, that one I didn't leave enough space. So that one's going to be annoying. So make sure you leave enough space. And don't do it such deep pockets as I did on that one. There. Oh, and we didn't look at the reverse side. So that one's a bit like a postcard. And you could do a bit more stamping on there. Or leave that bit there for writing on. Write notes. And then there's this one. And you could even put a little tab even on your tracing paper or vellum. Could have a little tab on it. And there's that one, so just to show you. And then there's that pocket up there. We didn't put anything in those, see? There, for example. And I think it looks pretty with and you could have stamps behind there. It'd be pretty with colour. And I just love this idea. I'm very pleased with it. Very pleased. Gosh, it's already 11. And there's my alarm. So stop. Okay, now I'm just going to quickly run. And that was the first one, I think. And then I'll show you my prototype. This was my prototype, and I love it with that. I put some stamps in there as well. But I'll tell you what my boo-boo was. I didn't stitch across the bottom of this pocket here. And I might have to do that, and you're just going to have a line of stitching there. But that was the prototype. I thought I'd better give it a try, and I love those. I'm just going to quickly run. I'll put my shoe on, if you don't mind. Don't get annoyed. Just take a break. Okay, I'm back. I nearly couldn't find it. So this is what gave me the idea. This was in, I bought some bundles of things, and this was in there, and it's for stamps. And that is what gave me the idea. It's coming off. But there were the pockets. There's 3 on this one. And then it was just like a piece of cardstock. So that's kind of what gave me the idea for that. It is what gave me the idea. And this obviously had the cellophane over the top, and I thought, well, why not put pretty vellum over the top? So super fun, nice addition to a journal, travel journal especially. Put things in and then they don't fall out because they've got a little protective flap. I love them. So there you go. So I hope you enjoy that. I will put photographs at the end of the video. And obviously, oh, I forgot to post my Instagram one last week. I better do that as well. So I'll post that today. Just the photographs. I can't even remember what I made. So there we go. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.